Okay. Well, do you think that people can actually find love on these shows, like The Bachelorette or Love Is Blind, like have a real, sincere connection, um, love? Do you think so? Shanika, how about we start with you?
I don't, just because there was a couple on marriage boot camp and they were trying to fix their relationship but the guy, he was still in love with his ex, but he went on the show. Yeah, it was a mess. I don't think they really find true love unless I think it's for TV.
Mm-hmm. Chantel, what do you think?
So, I literally had this conversation with some of my new friends in a Facebook group. Like, we're talking all about Love is Blind, so it's been a little bit fun. And I absolutely think so. I think when you are in a confined space with people with the intention of finding love in marriage, and this show at least, I can't speak for all the others, but in this particular scenario, like the whole point of the show is to find a partner on a soul level, right? To make that emotional connection. And they were spent. I mean, I was reading about it because I love this show so much. They had dates that lasted 4 to 5 hours, right? And so, because of the way the show was created, they were going deep in ways that you wouldn't typically do when you're just going on a date. You're not spending all this time because you've got 10 days to find your next life partner, right? So they're having these deep, long conversations, these dates. I mean, some of them were sleeping in the pods because they just wanted to be in there so that they could get to the next day. And I really think if you're spending that kind of time, that kind of energy, your sole focus is on finding someone that you connect with on a soul level, then absolutely, I believe you can fall in love. And I think you can do it very, very quickly because there's no distractions, there's no social media, there's no job to get to. Your sole focus is finding a partner. So I totally think that love was legit.
Okay, Sherese, you think it's possible to fall in love on these shows?
I mean, are we allowed to give spoilers about this? No, right? Okay, so I won't give any spoilers about this show. But what I will say is that I believe that it might be possible to fall in love because, love is the type of thing that can happen anywhere, anytime, at any moment. So, of course, it's possible for it to happen. However, I also think that these people might be falling in lust, or they might be in love with the idea of being in love. And I only say that again because we know what, I really shouldn't say this, especially with me being an actor and everything, but we know what producers do on these reality shows, right? They put people into spaces, confined spaces, as Cici mentioned, that in order to create specific results.
Before anybody else jumps in, I just want to say on Love is Blind specifically, they don't interact at all. They don't. So there's this lust isn't really, that's off the table because they never see each other. They don't see each other until they have decided that the guy has proposed, right? So the entire time they are in separate rooms, and all that they can do is talk to one another through a speaker box. So
okay, but you can still have lust. You can lust over the idea of somebody. Rather, you might not know what they look like, but you oh, his voice is so, it's just so, he must be chocolatey because his voice is so deep. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, it's possible to lust without having seen the person. Or no? Am I?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I get, like you're saying, like you can fall in love with the idea of falling in love, or you have all these thoughts on how this person may look just by what they're telling you. Like you don't know if it's sincere. For me, I would need to look you in your eye to see if what you're telling me is true.
And you know what? You get that from your parents because you had to look them in the eye.
That is true. But yeah, for me, I would need to. It's easy to quote unquote fall in love from just talking to someone on the phone, over the internet. Online dating is a huge thing. But for me, I would need to look you in the eye to see if you're really telling me the truth. Like I can look at someone and I need to be able to see your actions. Like you can tell me anything that I want to hear and I could fall for that. But if it's not through your actions, then I'm falling for a lie pretty much, Yeah. So I don't know. I personally, I don't think I would do it. I need to try something different too, being single, but that's not one of them. I don't think.